guys, and welcome back to Belle's Books. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and before we get started, please do subscribe to my channel and like this video for more book related content. You can also follow me on Instagram at Belle's Books. So today I'm going to be reviewing Victoria Park by Gemma Reeves because it has just been published. I actually received my copy as a gift a few months ago, but I read the novel and I really loved it, so I thought now is the perfect time to review it on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to start off by giving you a quick summary and then get into what I loved most about the book and then my overall impressions, just to help you decide whether or not you would like to read this novel. The story is about a community who live in Victoria Park in London. And the story is kind of centered around this elderly couple, Mona and Wolfie, and Mona's health is declining and they kind of have to decide what they're going to do about that, where they're going to go from here. The story covers the span of an entire year and follows 12 different people who all live in this Victoria Park community. What I loved about this is that the stories really intertwine and there is a really key big event which happens at one point in Victoria Park, and you kind of get to see how that ripples through the community itself and the effects and the consequences of that moment. This was a story about community, it was a story about characters, and it was above all a story about love, and I really enjoyed that. I happen to really like books that focus on character development. This was one of the reasons why I loved this story so much. The characters are really rich, they're individual people, none of them are similar to another person, and all of them are realistic and really deeply intriguing. So as you go through the different perspectives, the 12 different perspectives, there wasn't a perspective that I found less interesting than the other perspectives, and I feel like this sometimes happens in stories. Some of the characters are just objectively more interesting, they're better than other characters, but in this story that really wasn't the case, and I absolutely love that about this book. If you know any other books with good character development, then please do leave that in a comment down below, because I am looking for books which I'm going to read this year. The other thing I really loved about this novel was the geographical framework of the narrative. So everyone is connected through their location, Victoria Park, and I just found this a really interesting device. I feel like often characters are connected by more than just their geography when you read a novel, and it's interesting to think about it from a different perspective, like who are you connected to simply because you're in close proximity to. That just really intrigues me, and I thought it was a really interesting way to approach some of these bigger questions, like how do we impact people's lives, how do other people impact our lives without almost even realising. So above all, what really intrigued me about the community itself, the Victoria Park community, was its diversity. So the characters in the novel, I'm coming back to the characters now, so the characters in the novel are all different ages, they're all kind of at different points in their lives, and it's overall just a huge diversity. They've got different backgrounds, they're from different social standings, and this just really interested me as well, to consider how closely you can live next to someone who is in a completely different phase of life from you. I feel like often, especially, I don't know, during time of lockdown and isolation, you kind of get trapped into your bubble of thinking about yourself, and your life almost seems like the only life that's really real. But this book was kind of like, I don't know, a bit of a reminder that other people's lives are real too, if that makes sense. Yeah, it just really touched on that diversity of human life and human experience. In terms of the format of the novel, it kind of goes by like short stories. Each kind of section is its own story. You kind of have closure from it almost. But then as you go through, you do find that there are threads that kind of pop up and intertwine. I thought this was a really lovely book. I think it's a great book to read in 2021. It's set in modern times, it's set in London. So if you love books that deal with characters and character development, then I would really recommend you read this, because I think you will enjoy it. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I found myself reflecting on how I impact other people's lives and other people impact my life. And I do love a book which causes a little bit of self-reflection at times and is also a banging read. So I would really recommend this book to you guys. In the description box down below, I'm going to leave a couple of reading recommendations which I think you guys might like if you enjoyed this book. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. What book are you reading right now? Have a great day. Bye!